the main things that need to be hit, which is the main event, maybe co-main event.
I got. I had made one bet. I did a Hooker and Hill parlay. I got lucky that I hit it. I got lucky. I said, I was like, as soon as the decision was announced, I was like, well, I hit my parlay, but no, that was not the right call. I liked Angela Hill going into that fight, though, based on who she was fighting.
I actually like the other girl. I had a little bet on the other girl.
Oh, really? No,
she's
man. I thought Hill
man.
was going to take that. Dude, I tuned in because I didn't realize the card started at 4. It was 4:45, so I tuned in. I went to Wiki, and Wiki had...
Don't you Wiki cap this fight? God damn it.
No. So Wiki just said the result for the first fight.
Oh, yeah.
And then it showed... whatever that chick's name is, it had her name first, then versus Angela Hill, and then the result said decision. But I saw her name first, so I thought it said her defeats Angela Hill by decision. I'm like, but the scores weren't listed. I'm like, oh, did Hill lose this fight? Yeah. But then when I went and tuned in, they were still about to announce the decision. So whoever was there had just wrote that the result is a decision, but we haven't figured out who it is.
I was actually surprised that Loma was giving up the back foot as much as she was. She's more so like a really good Muay Thai fighter. She's been training since she was 8 years old. She's like 24 now. Like she's been going at it, like hundreds of Thai fights, like really good in the clinch. And if you noticed in that fight too, when they were in the clinch,
I didn't watch the fight.
Oh yeah, you didn't get to see it, but she was landing a lot of good knees and shit. She's good, but she's just a little bit too small for the division. I think she's 105er. She's trying to bulk up.
Yeah, there you go.
She's trying to bulk up. She did win her first fight against Alexandra Albu, if you remember that chick. She's just a strong, Russian chick, pretty hot, kind of. But yeah, she was able to overpower her, so I thought her strength was going to be okay here. But Angela Hill, good for her.
And I actually
6 straight wins in what? Or 6 straight fights in 11 months, I think her record is.
Yeah. Well, she actually probably should be on a 6-fight win streak, if I remember correctly.
I think she won. I think she lost the Yan fight. Yan beat her.
Man, I got to rewatch that now. Maybe we should do a deciding splits on that eventually, because... Cool. From what I hear, I keep hearing about how she should have won that fight. MMA Decisions has Angela Hill winning that fight.
I don't know about that. So I thought it was rounds 2 and 3 for Yan, from what I remember. But
interesting.
We could watch it again.
I got to rewatch that fight. Even Angela Hill contests that she won that fight. Her lone bad performance was that Ronda Marcos. That was so disappointing.
Yeah, the armbar.
But the Courtney Casey fight, she definitely won that. She definitely won that. Courtney Casey was walking forward and getting tagged up.
So what is it? Is it 6 fights? March, April, June, September, January, February.
But then outside of the Rando Marcos, she should have 2 good wins before that too. So
yeah,
I don't know what the fuck happened in the Marcos fight, because then you see Marcos loses to everybody else. And she got finished by her. I think that was Marcos' only
armbar.
Finish. Yeah,
she got armbar.
Submission has always been her.
A girl that she fought later in the night too, and Yan Xiaonan, who we just touched on a little bit.
Yeah.
Impressed by her? Did you like what you saw of her against Carolina?
I know, because for me it's just again you're watching it oh, Carolina for
never evolves.
God, it's just the same, dude.
Yeah.
There's no evolution at all. So what do you think is going to happen when you're coming in? It's there's no fight IQ. She's just relying on being
You got to
tough.
give it to her a bit though. She did try to initiate the takedown. She tried getting the fight to the ground. Yeah. She just wasn't successful. The other girl was just way stronger.
Why are you coming into these fights if you're not working on your skill set when you keep losing? What do you think is going to happen? It's just... To me, it was just once again, just sad to watch Carolina look so listless and just easily get handled.
I was actually hoping that Yan was going to be able to finish her just because she throws with so much fucking heat. Yeah, but then they were just initiated. In that third round, if they weren't initiated in that weird, did you see how Carolina's leg was weirdly trapped? Remember the position that she was in? Yan was in full guard, but she had Carolina's leg between them. Okay, it was such a weird figure 4 position because she tried going for the heel hook, but she never gave up the angle on it. So then when Yan went on top of her, her leg was just
sorry, I remember that. When she was going for the heel. Yeah.
That was such a weird position. Yan wasn't able to get the... If
you're flexible, it's all good.
I would be tap.
It feels like it'll contour you, but it's all good.
That looked very disgusting. But either way, I was happy with Yan. She was my lock of the night play, easily. Minus, I had to bet her at minus 256.
Against Carolina,
don't mind that. That is the luck of the night.
Against
right
Carolina,
there.
Especially.
Yeah, at this stages of their careers and all that.
You just know what you're getting with her, yeah.
So Jimmy Crute,
He handled Michelle.
Dude, one of my friends that I do like the handicapping stuff with, he kind of called out Jimmy Crute without like tagging him. He goes, "Oh, why does Jimmy Crute's like jiu-jitsu suck so bad?" Because he was talking about the Misha Serkinov's fight, right? Jimmy Crute apparently Twitter searches his own name regularly, because then he came across my boy's tweet and replied to him. He goes, "Oh, I know I was shit in that fight, but trust me, I'll fuck anybody up with the black belt that I had," right? So I feel like in this fight, he kind of had my guy. Like he literally tweeted a day before, 2 days before the fight, like cutting weight, replying to him, right? So I'm like, he probably had him in the back of his head. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go out there and show motherfuckers that I can grapple." He goes out there and like handles him.
He said it. He said apparently that he expected to finish it, I think, with the choker taking his arm.
Wow.
He said that he knew he was going to take his arm. Because if you look, he had him in mount.
Yeah.
And then went to side control and locked in the Kimura. So you don't go to side control from mount unless, like, you know, you're working on something. I will say something. Did you see when he took mount?
Like the speed of which he took it, or what?
The transition.
I don't recall it. No.
Oh my god! Just from that transition, I feel like Michelle should be cut from the UFC.
Oh really?
That's how someone would fucking mount like us. Like it's just like he moved to side control.
Yeah.
Michelle did nothing. Didn't move. Then just slipped into mount. Michelle did nothing. He literally just let him go to side control and then mount. And I'm like, what the fuck? Did he freeze or something? What happened?
From side control to mount that easily.
Watch this. No, go back. Look at this. Okay, just watch. Is he? No, go back. Okay, yeah. Let's watch this. Yeah, he's got half. No.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh, there. He just moved. Did he try anything? Oh. Is he doing anything? He's not doing anything.
No,
what is
he's not
that?
doing anything.
Have you ever seen a guy in the UFC get mounted like that? That's like, what the fuck?
He must have like blown his wad trying to defend those takedowns the entire time. And then just could not even try to.
You cannot blow your wad in the first minute. That was like a 90-second fight or a 2-minute fight. No, he did not blow his wad. And if he did, he should be cut for that then. Like, there's no excuse for that.
It was a 3.5 minute fight. Let's get that right.
He might have good striking, but what the fuck is that? You're gonna get mauled by everyone in that division if with grappling like that. That was god awful. But Jimmy Crute looked really good though.
He looked really good.
Relentless, kept going for it. Soon he just moved to side control, easily locked up that Kimura, no problem.
I'm still not sold on him. I still don't think he's gonna be like anything amazing.
I don't think.
Yeah, so. I mean we need to see. Maybe like top of the top 10 or
like a win over Michelle, whatever this guy's name
bottom
is.
Of the top 10.
This guy, he sucks.
He had so much potential.
He did.
He had so
his
much
striking
potential.
is good,
amazing.
But then OSP puts him out. Then after this whole grappling,
the OSP one, dude, he went out there and just tried to like put him out in the first round.
Yeah,
couldn't put him out in the first round, and then he gassed himself.
To me, that's like the classic mistake, and the fact that fighters still make it is like your fight
at this level
is bad.
As well.
You need to get your fucking brain into it. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like how many times have we seen this happen?
Yeah.
Why is this happening still? Like, come on, you got to get.
Doesn't need to happen that often.
Yeah, you're a highly touted prospect coming in, and you're just gonna rush the guy and hope that it goes well? No. You can't fight. You can't fight like that. We know you can't do that.
I'm so bummed by that. I really wanted him to win here, but Jimmy Crute goes out there and like implements the perfect game plan that you need to beat a guy like that. Let's just touch on DeLima and Sisoli real quick.
Yeah, I was
DeLima was just throwing fucking bombs that whole fucking fight.
Both of these guys suck, and I thought it was hilarious when DeLima in his post-fight interview said that this is his division and he's coming for it now.
Shut up.
That's what he said.
I didn't even listen to the interview.
He's 36 years old and his last fight was getting tapped out by Stefan Struve. and he beat Ben Sisoli, who lost to Greg Hardy by decision.
Yeah. He got outpointed by Greg Hardy.
And he beats that guy and he thinks the fucking heavyweight's his for the taking. Like, shut up.
Anything else on the undercard stand out too much? Priscilla Cachoeira goes out there and knocks the fuck out of Shannon
watch
Dobson.
that fight at all. That was like I tuned in right when the Hill Luma, what the fuck is her name?
Loma Lukbunmi.
Loma, okay, yeah. when the Hill Loma decision was being announced.
Yeah, so Cachoeira comes in there plus 185 dog and knocks the fuck out of Shannon Dobson. Like
she was a dog.
Okay. Yeah, like the knockout. Actually, whatever. You can watch it yourself.
Yeah,
but let's just get to the main event.
Yeah,
so we already went over that in terms of the decision. We talked about it in deciding splits. So make sure you guys go check that out. We're not going to talk too much about that. We're talking about the repercussions now, like what's happening moving forward. Let's start with Paul Felder's retirement.
Yeah, I think really
it's more so.
I think when you look at it from his perspective, it's probably the right decision to make. This hurts you in the rankings. You're 35 years old. Are are you like it's to get back now to the top, and you're a Paul Felder, right? It's not like they're looking to give him big fights and trying to push him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. To me, I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, it feels like, man, dude, no, because you won this fight. You should have won this fight, and you should realistically be maybe getting a number one contender fight next.
I think it all comes
the decision.
It all comes down. It all comes down to how the matchmakers see it now.
Yeah.
Will they treat it as a win? Will they treat it as, okay, we're not going to push you too far back? And I think that you got to assume that he's always getting better too, right? So maybe this is like this is his final product. And if you can, like, if he came out on the W here, he's going to be like, all right, I'm ready for these top guys.
It depends on once again, how they treat it, so that how long will it take him to get to the title if he continues?
Yeah.
I'm really hoping the company does look at it like, yo, listen, like, this is not going to hurt you much. Even though you're coming off a loss, maybe you can get, where's the lightweight rankings?
Left.
Yeah, okay. Even though you're coming off, well, actually, no, he can't really fight up anyone who's coming off a loss other than Cerrone, and he'll never fight Cerrone.
Well, Hooker wants Gaethje. So I heard Poirier was talking about coming back in May. I wouldn't mind them fighting each other.
Poirier said they should do him and Conor and Gaethje and Hooker, which will never happen. That's the problem, though.
But realistically, for Poirier, like what? Cowboy Poirier?
For fuck's sakes, no. Cowboy after 3 losses should not be fighting.
Cowboy will probably take that fight, though.
Yeah, but no. You can't. The guy's coming out 3 losses, and then you're going to give him number 2. That's crazy. Because then if he wins, he'll go right back. He'll jump up above the guys that he fucking lost to. It'll be ridiculous. No, but you know what?
I don't mind Poirier Felder if they can actually book that. But Poirier again is saying, see you in May.
What if they did like Felder versus the loser of Khabib and Tony?
Not a bad idea.
That would be something where Felder's like, okay, sick. Even though
we know this. If it's Khabib though,
yeah, actually that would.
Conor will still probably fight him in like a main event or something.
Yeah, that's a good point too. So I actually don't know what you do with Felder, but just in the company's eyes, like, it would suck if they kind of counted this as a loss, because we said in deciding splits, thought it was pretty clear Paul Felder won this.
He won that fight for sure. Yeah.
Whichever way you score it.
So it's just unfortunate that it comes down to like the announcer announcing the other guy's name. Like it's that's simple, and one judge getting it fucked up. That's it.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't push him too far back. And realistically, like, would he fight Kevin Lee if Kevin Lee comes out there and beats Oliveira, because he's already beaten Oliveira? Even
in the rankings, when I look at it, realistically, I don't think anything's going to change other than Hooker and Felder might just switch
6-7.
Or Hooker will go above Cerrone.
I think that too.
And then Felder will just drop 1 spot to where Hooker was at 7.
Yep. Cerrone
might go below Felder, because I think Cerrone should be ranked below Felder based on their last few fights. 100%.
I think that they're gonna have to go with Poirier Felder if there is anybody that we're talking about that's not booked yet. But then again, Felder's going to want to have to sit back a little bit too.
You know what? I like that. Like, I would like if they did Gaethje Hooker and Poirier Felder. Which is kind of funny, because then it's like Hooker gets the fight he wants to move up, but then Felder coming off the loss actually gets the higher ranked opponent. So it's like everyone's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of fair.
It's like jostling around.
Yeah, it's kind of fair. It kind of makes everything a little better. But
it is weird that like Hooker loses to Barboza, but Felder beats him, and like that kind of weird.
Yeah, but I think Felder's definitely at a point where I think he was just like, I'm trying to make a title run. I'm making all these sacrifices. I'm older. He's 35 years old. So any loss right now is just I gotta call it.
I think once he goes back and actually thinks about it, he'll be fine.
His coaches and his trainers did say like it was premature. Like, relax. We're gonna talk with him. So
you won that fight, and like the fact that the majority of people that you won that fight should be enough to buoy him to come back and actually want to fight again.
He's taken all the fights that they gave him to work his way up the rankings, and at this point, even though it's technically a loss, I do think he's earned the right to still fight up, even though it's a loss.
No, I agree.
Especially when people really think he won. So yeah, I kind of like that. Felder, Poirier, and Hooker, Gaethje, or any mix of those 4 guys. Really,
my only concern is, like I've been telling you, Poirier saying that he's coming back in May, so that means he might already have an opponent.
Oh, right.
Not sure.
Oh, right. The timeline might be
timeline-wise
a little iffy. Okay, whatever.
All right, let's do a little bit on the next one, UFC Norfolk. Norfolk.
Okay, so I'm just gonna scan this.
Let's go from bottom to top.
That's hilarious. I'm scanning the prelims, and the first name I see is like, oh, Pena. Who's he fighting? TBD. Okay.
Yeah, no, the guy he was scheduled just pulled out like 2 days ago.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a fucking squash match. That whole prelim is garbage.
I don't mind Allen and Tom Breeze though. That should be a good fight.
Oh, okay, yeah, Tom Breeze.
If he
Brendan
fights.
Allen, I have a vague memory.
Yeah, he just beat somebody decent named.
Okay, Megan Anderson is coming back to fight some debuting girl again. That's all we're doing at featherweight. We're gonna hold.
She's like a minus 250 favorite in that fight.
She just takes all the new ones.
Kutalaba against Ankalaev should be fun.
I like that. That should be a fun fight.
I really like Ankalaev there.
Felicia Spencer. Okay, the other featherweight, the only other featherweight.
You know who she's fighting? Do you know that name?
No, is she a debutant too?
No, she actually lost to Megan Anderson in her last fight.
Did Felicia Spencer lose her last fight?
I think her last fight was Cyborg. Am I not?
She hasn't fought since Cyborg?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she hasn't.
Right.
Okay.
July of
That's
last year.
She's getting. She has to fight the girl who lost to the girl whatever. This division sucks.
I think they're just trying to give Megan Anderson a title shot. I told somebody else I think it's the Megan Anderson division now.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? They're trying to see if she can get her there.
In terms of the look and everything, that's who you'd want to try and push, right? She looks deadly.
And if she's not able to get there, they'll probably shut it down.
And then, God, this weight class, fuck, dude. Flyweight.
Yeah. Sorry, last thing about Spencer and Dos Santos, though. Minus 775, Felicia Spencer.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, main event time, Joseph Benavidez and Davison Figueiredo. I'm pulling for Benavidez so much.
100%. So am I.
I might even think I might bet him as well, too. He's like roughly around minus 125, minus 130. Not bad odds, considering I think that he wins.
From that fight simply because he's older, so you never know which fight he's going to show up and look old. And Figueiredo, even though he lost that fight to Formiga and lost it handily, and skill-wise, not really up to Benavidez' level, he's still in his prime. So at any given time, you can have Figueiredo come in looking like young and athletic and good, ready to go, and Benavidez looks old. So I feel like for that reason, I would stay away from it. But otherwise, skill-wise, everything on paper, I don't see how Benavidez should even lose this, other than just age.
Figueiredo, if he gets clipped, that's the way for Figueiredo to win here, I think, is if he clips Benavidez. Yeah. Like that's
because of his youth, his speed. Right?
Exactly. And I think Benavidez is going to have the higher output. He's going to be the better grappler, better scrambler too. So even if he's in a bad position, he should be able to get out. But
I see him.
I see the only downside, I believe, is the age here. I think you're right there. Yeah,
but I think Benavidez' game plan should be pretty simple. Walk him down and mix in grappling and striking. Like keep
grapple as much as possible.
Because you can stifle Figueiredo especially like even mentally.
5 rounds.
Keep mixing in that grappling.
5 rounds too. We could see him potentially slow down in the 4th and 5th.
Yeah. He's been held down before, and the grappling is definitely something that he's got to worry about. And Benavidez is one of the best grapplers, dude. So
out grappled Formiga a couple times too, right?
So, but yeah, the only reason I'd be a little worried is because of that whole age thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, sure.
At least we're getting a new flyweight champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
let's start to progress things if we actually can.
Good for Benavidez, because this guy's constantly been like the bridesmaid in the 2 divisions where he's the clear-cut number 2, but has 2 losses to each of the champions.
Yeah.
And so he can't get another title fight. Fine, we'll officially be able to declare him a champion, but it just doesn't feel like he earned it. You know what I mean? Like he didn't really beat.
It's like DC getting the light heavyweight belt almost, right?
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah. Like different circumstances, but it's the same.
I think this is like DC. I didn't mind as much for some reason. Maybe
but he didn't
disqualify.
He didn't beat Jones, right? He
didn't beat the
Benavidez didn't beat Mighty Mouse or didn't beat Henry Cejudo.
This is worse though because this is 2 divisions now. Like he couldn't beat Dominic Cruz.
Oh, true.
And then he couldn't beat DJ. It was like 2 different divisions that he could compete in.
He was always getting stifled.
Yeah. And then when he finally gets it, it's just over a random guy who's number 3 in the division, who's also just 1-1 in his last 2 fights. It doesn't seem like it's the.
I'm willing to give it a try, just strictly due to the fact that like this might inject new life into the flyweight division.
Yes.
In terms of making it more competitive.
There are some
Howlin Paiva, that guy just knocked out Mark De La Rosa. Yep. That's an interesting prospect. You know what I mean? Like some guys
need some time to develop.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But one thing that I hope happens is I hope Benavidez wins, and then I hope Henry Cejudo loses pretty definitively, so that he has to move back to flyweight because his bantamweight experiment is done with.
Shit.
And that way you can set up Cejudo fighting Benavidez for now what is Benavidez' title.
Jeez.
Trying to avenge the
that would be cool for storyline. Yeah.
Because then Benavidez would be the champion and holds a win over Cejudo, and Cejudo can come back claiming, "Oh, I never lost the belt." They would have some sort of story, at least for a flyweight fight. There would be some sort of fucking story.
I just hope it's not Aldo that takes the belt from Cejudo, though. That's the only thing.
Here's the thing. Said it before. Aldo's probably going to beat him.
I know.
If you look at it stylistically, Jose Aldo's probably going to fucking beat this guy.
That's so true. Fuck. Do they even have odds out on this yet?
Marlon Moraes because Marlon mentally folded and he's tough. Yeah. Do you think his toughness
is going to hold up?
Is going to hold up against an Aldo who's probably Aldo's not going to mentally fold. If you crowd Aldo, what does Aldo do? He swings back for the fences, and his shots are going to be way more technical and harder than Henry Cejudo's.
Yeah,
and grappling Jose Aldo,
still really good.
When the fuck has that ever worked for anybody ever?
Yeah. You're going to have to continuously close the distance, get into the clinch with Aldo, who's going to be ripping knees to you.
Even if you take him down, he's always right back up, and Cejudo's so much smaller than him. This is, like, I think Jose Aldo's going to fucking be 1-1 in the division with his only win in a title fight after losing his first fight.
That's so true. That's not till May, so we still got some time.
If I'm Marlon Moraes, though, I'm like, please, I hope Aldo wins that, because then I could be like, bullshit, I won that fight, I won the title fight, then you can go fight Aldo again.
Poor Aljo in this, though. He should have been the one getting the title shot here.
But it looks like it's happening too. In I guess they were targeting May in Rio. Like they really want.
I think it's already official. If I'm not mistaken.
Don't tell me.
I'm pretty certain it's already official.
It's gonna be a dark day in the UFC. that fight becomes official.
Dude, what are you talking about?
He's 0-1. And even when you rewatch that fight, it's pretty clear to be like Marlon. Like he won round 3, the one that people think that Aldo won. Like no,
okay, it's actually not. While not officially announced. Okay, I swear I heard.
Yeah, no, it's not official.
But when Bronster asked Dana about it, he goes, "Yeah, we're booking that fight." Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool.
This is so ridiculous, dude.
So follow from this, you think Benavidez wins, right? You think Benavidez beats Davison Figueiredo?
He should.
I just wanted to take a quick look at the rankings in terms of what it could look like
rankings? Afterwards. There's like 12 fighters in the division. Do they have a top 15?
They do. 14. They got 14, it looks like.
So close. Wait, is Paiva or whatever on the rankings?
He's number 13.
Okay.
He beat he's above the guy that he beat. Espinoza, Elliott, Schnell, Perez,
Car one more fighter.
Bontour and Askarov, Moreno, Pantoja. Moreno's fighting who next?
Who cares, bro?
Formiga. He's fighting Formiga next. So maybe that's the number 1 contender fight right there.
Oh my God, that division is garbage. Hot garbage. And Pantoja just lost to Figueiredo too.
Kai Car-France probably lost. He did lose that Paiva fight. Sorry. He fought Paiva in Australia and won that strictly due to the crowd.
Kai Car-France just won.
Yeah, he beat, what's his face?
Who did he beat?
Tyson Nam, who's not even in the rankings, even though there's only 14
That was a bantamweight
spots.
fight, though.
Was it bantamweight?
Tyson Nam is not a flyweight. Tyson Nam is a bantamweight.
What?
So did Kai Car-France move up a division? Tyson Nam is not a flyweight, bro. He's way too big to be a flyweight. He's a big bantamweight.
Yo, he's fought Ali Bagutinov.
Oh, maybe I'm tripping out. You're right. He did fight Ali Bagutinov. Is he a flyweight? It's a flyweight bout. You're right. Holy fuck.
Is it a flyweight?
Yeah, he fought Sergio too. Tyson Nam is a flyweight? God, he looks too fucking big. I thought he was a bantamweight.
He's 5'7".
You can't get him ranked. You don't even have a top 15 and he's in the division. At least put him there.
He hasn't even won a fight though.
Yeah, but look at Jose Aldo gets a title fight. He hasn't won a fucking fight at bantamweight. This guy can't even get top 15.
Is Aldo ranked at...
Dude, think about this.
He's number 6.
The division has 15 fighters and they only put up a top 14.
If that's not a fuck you.
That's a slap in the fucking face.
Or we're about to cut you. That's all the sign that you fucking need. All right, anything else you want to touch on for this card? No. I think that's a perfect way to end it off. Make sure you guys go fucking moving the fuck on. Make sure you guys go check out Deciding Splits. We did the main event, obviously, and then we did Mustafaev and Riddell, which was a fun one to watch.
But next week we get to preview Adesanya Romero.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I totally forgot about
that. No, Adesanya's going to finish.
Actually,
he's going to finish him.
Wilder Fury, quick thoughts. That was fun.
Yeah,
that was a fun fight to watch.
Like I was telling you, I follow boxing only through the podcast I listen to, and so they kind of keep me updated. But I'm not big into it. I always miss the fight. I never know when it's on, and then I see it spoiled the next morning. Then I watch it if it's fun. This was the first time where I just watched it this morning, like it was live. Didn't see the results or anything. That was an exciting boxing fight to watch. I thought it was great. It was
fun to watch. It was like a spectacle. You know what I mean?
It was a spectacle, and then the fight delivered. It was exciting because, well, you thought it was over, but then Wilder started to like fight back a bit, kind of like he wasn't fully out of it. And you're like, okay, maybe, and then Fury just put him out for good. But
the ref throws, or the
plus that
coach throws in the towel
Fury,
too.
Holy fuck! Like he tooled. Wilder. He completely handled him. Like,
I still find like the laws of physics will not be able to explain to me how the fuck Tyson Fury is able to move. The way that he's built.
First of all, the way he's built, and the fact he's 6'9", 273. How the fuck?
That's insane.
What in the hell, man?
You'll never find that. That's a once in a time athlete.
That shot to the ear that dropped Wilder, he just never recovered.
I think if he goes out there and beats, he's not. His next fight is definitely not going to be Anthony Joshua. His next fight's going to have to be somebody else. But if they get that fight done by the end of the year and he gets that fight too, greatest heavyweight boxer, like at least of our era.
Yeah.
Of our era, greatest heavyweight boxer of all
time. Let's do Joshua, Fury, and Wilder, Ruiz.
Why not? Ruiz is just like the fourth wheel. Hey guys, pulled off
Hey, if he gets Wilder, it's a payday. Ride out that one win you got over Joshua. Ride it out, bro. Get your paydays. But for fuck's sake,
the one thing about boxing though, they have like mandatories. So like sometimes they'll like according to WBC
what
rankings.
Am I saying? I totally forgot. They mentioned it on the broadcast. Wilder, Fury, both of them had rematch clauses in their contract, so they have to run it back. They have to run it back.
I think Wilder had it for sure.
Okay, Wilder
and he might exercise it.
He probably will. He wanted to go on his shields, and he said, "Did you hear him after the fight?" He said he had issues coming in and something with his leg.
Something with his leg. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, fine.
I wouldn't mind watching it again, but like I still think it's going to go the same way.
I mean, it warrants a rematch because the first one was a draw, although most people do feel it's kind of 2-0 Fury at this point.
Like according to the scoreboard, it warrants a third fight. Yeah. Even though
most people felt
Fury's up 2-0 right now. Let's just be real. All right, we're gonna cut it there. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.